Welcome. This is Richard, and I want to welcome you to the Innovation Best Practices episodes, where every episode is intended to help you sell more and make more using proven, practical best practices that I believe can work for any business with virtually any innovation need. I want to give a special welcome to our listeners around the world, now in over 80 countries. Welcome. We're going to be talking today about something that when I first ran across it was a pretty big surprise to me. The United States Defense Department Innovation Program, the Pentagon Defense Advanced Research Project. And this comes from a Harvard Business Review article by people that actually work there. Some absolutely amazing results, so make sure you listen. As an overview, this part of the United States Defense Department has probably been the most successful major innovation enterprise in the world. No small statement, but I think they've got a right to claim that. This is shocking information, I think, to most people who don't consider the government to be too innovative. I'm one of them. I'm glad they're doing it here. I wish they could do it more broadly. They've achieved this with a lean organization and methods that can benefit virtually any innovation program. There are some really good best practices here. So, quoting from the article, quote, traditional approaches to corporate research and development have difficulty consistently delivering breakthrough innovations. Close quote. Very true. Next quote. Compromises made to reduce risk or to avoid disrupting existing businesses result in evolutionary, but rarely breakthrough innovations, close quote. Again, very, very true. One of the differences here with the Defense Department is that they don't have as much of an influence from existing businesses. I'm sure they have some, existing projects that might be obsoleted by what's going on. But businesses certainly have this resistance that can limit innovation. And what a record of success. I'm going to read you probably one of the longest quotes I've ever put in here. Over the past 50 years, the Pentagon's Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, there's a mouthful, DARPA, D-A-R-P-A, Pentagon's Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, has produced an unparalleled number of breakthroughs. Arguably, it has the longest standing, most consistent track record of radical invention in history. Its innovations include the Internet, risk computing, a global positioning satellites, stealth technology, unmanned aerial vehicles or drones, and microelectrical mechanical systems, MEMS, M-E-M-S, which are now used in everything from airbags to inkjet printers to video games like the Wii. Though the United States military was the original customer for DARPA's applications, the agency's advances have played a central role in creating a host of multi-billion-dollar industries, close quote. Wow. Now you've got some substantiation to the claim I was making earlier. Well, how do they do it? Well, they only have about 100 temporary technical program managers working with powerful external teams. These are teams from universities, companies of all sizes, big and small, labs, and nonprofits. A support staff of only 122 people in finance, contracting, HR, security, and legal. So here you think you got these robust, overstaffed government agencies, and this one's working pretty lean. About 200 programs are underway at any time with an approximate budget of $3 billion. Most projects last 3 to 5 years, which is very short for projects of this magnitude. Well, there's 3 elements about how they do it. First, they have ambitious goals. They harness science, as they did in the invention of GPS, and engineering advances, as they did with stealth technology. Potential projects must be complex and very important to the military. That's going to make for an ambitious goal. An urgent need, if met, delivers major benefits. So they're looking at big breakthrough ideas. The second is temporary project teams. A world-class team of experts from industry and academia are assembled Teams are led by a fixed-term technical manager who is accomplished in the field that they're working on and known for their leadership abilities. Projects are intense, laser-focused, with tight timelines. You gotta love it. A quote, in other words, the projects get great people to tackle great problems with other great people, period, close quote. I love it. The diversity in what they're doing is one of the best cases of diversity I've ever seen. And it's the way you accomplish ambitious goals, the number one. Third is independence. DARPA is a chartered organization that has significant autonomy in selecting and running projects. Quoting from the article, such independence allows the organization to move fast and take bold risks and helps it persuade the best and brightest to join, close quote. I love it. So, here's how they go about identifying projects, and I quote, recognize that a scientific field has emerged or reached an inflection point and that it can solve, often in a new way, a practical problem of importance. When they recognize that, it becomes a potential project. Also quoting, they uncover an emerging user need that existing technologies cannot address. These can also become projects. They also work in something called, they're searching for solutions, works in something called Pasteur's, after Louis Pasteur's quadrant. And I'm not going to pretend to be an expert in this. I'm going to give you a couple of quotes here, but it's a very interesting way of going about searching for solutions that apparently most businesses do not use. And I'm going to give you a couple of quotes here regarding Pasteur's quadrant. It entails pushing the frontiers of basic science to solve a well-defined, use-inspired need, close quote. Another quote, the work in Pasteur's quadrant doesn't exist on roadmaps. It results in discoveries that upset the current trajectory and can destroy an existing business, period, close quote. I'm going to give you, in just a little bit here, a reference to the specific article. And if you're interested in learning more about this from the Harvard Business Review article, I urge you to do it. There's a lot more on this. So if you're interested, I'll give you the reference here in just a moment. Here's something about how they make decisions, and I'm going to quote. Crucially, decisions about which projects to pursue must not be made by committee. Breakthrough innovations, by their very nature, do not lend themselves to consensus. Amen. Instead, the parent company should establish a multi-year budget with critical mass, ensure that the leaders of the advanced research group have visibility into and the ability to influence corporate objectives, and then give them the freedoms to select projects. This is advice from the authors about how this can translate to business. And all of this, if you want to know more, is in a Harvard Business Review article from October 2013 titled Special Forces Innovation, How DARPA Attacks Problems. Okay, October 2013. Well, here's some concluding thoughts. There is so much to like in what they're doing. They are very, very successful, much more so than the vast majority of businesses. They take diversity, which is a key component of quantum idea generation, to a whole new level. World-class diversity becomes part of a long-term team. I love it. In many cases, innovative projects are largely or totally outsourced, enabling them to keep Department of Defense staffing low, something that more corporations should seriously consider, and that we've talked about in some previous episodes that companies are doing. So, some great stuff in this article. If you'd like to know more innovation best practices, all you need to do is go to I2GE, that's the letter I, number 2GE.com. On the left-hand side, click on the menu bar item that says DIY, Do-It-Yourself Innovation Training. A bunch of training programs will pop up. If there's not one that meets your specific needs, send me an email and we'll design one uniquely for you. Here's what I'm trying to do with these. I'm trying to make you innovation self-sufficient so that you don't have to hire expensive consultants like me to do it for you. And in the course of doing that, you can save yourself tens of thousands of dollars. Another source for innovation best practices is one of my 6 books. It's titled Proven Practical Innovation That Delivers Results. It's available only at Amazon in paperback and Kindle versions and is priced below my break-even cost, so it's a heck of a value. If you have suggestions, comments, or requests, I love hearing from listeners. Just send me an email to richard@i2ge.com. I look forward to hearing from you. And in the next episode, as I periodically do, I'm going to share with you some important worldwide innovation news. I search every day for late-breaking news and important things, and then at a certain point, I start collecting those items and put them into one of these episodes. So make sure you tune in. As all of you know, I'm deeply appreciative of you taking time out of your busy day to spend it with me. I look forward to reconnecting with you soon. And until then, please have a great day.